So last week I linked the This I Believe essay writing guidelines. And I wanted to go over these a little bit more in depth and show how they are in the example so you can see how you would apply them to your own essays, because this is usually what helps you come up with a good This I Believe essay. So first, tell a story about you. Be specific, take your belief out of the ether and ground it in the events of your life. Consider moments when belief was formed or tested or changed. Think of your own experience, work, and family, and tell the things you know that no one else does. Your story need not be heartwarming or gut-wrenching. It can even be funny, but it should be real. Make sure your story ties to the essence of your daily life philosophy and the shaping of your belief. So usually it's one story, it's focused on that, and again, it should be real. And they talk about things where it's formed, tested, or changed. So let's look at some examples here. So first off, this one has to do with how her brother didn't wear a helmet and going to the hospital. And so then they have the greater lesson of how they can see the Holy Ghost as a helmet, right? So through this essay, they're going to just talk about this one experience, and that's going to be the story. This next one had to do about riding the bicycle, and as you can see, it's going to result in cuts and bruises. So it's one story that happened just one time, and as you can see, most of these are ones where it was formed, and this last one I had was about getting rid of stuff, right, and lightening the road. So this person actually starts moving, and they start out with a lot more stuff, and then as they go along, they get rid of it. So that kind of shows how it forms. Next, be brief. So here, your word count isn't, of course, 500 to 600 words. I'm more interested in having 1 and 2 pages. But again, it's brief. It's not very long. So you really can't focus on too much. You have to focus in on one thing. Name your belief. If you can't name it in a sentence or two, your essay might not be about belief. Also, rather than writing a list, consider focusing on one core belief, because 3 minutes is a very short time. So as you'll see, you'll also see that this belief will be in the title, or it should be. This is not a good case of that. And it also should be somewhere, either it may not always be at the very beginning. A lot of times you'll hint at it, or you'll tell a story and then get to your belief. If so, it is a little bit more fluid, but you want it to be clear, usually in the title. So for this example, had he worn a helmet that day, I don't think I would have gained a testimony of power and the prayer and the power of the Holy Ghost. That's why I always refer to the Holy Ghost as a helmet. So you also see in this next one, cuts and bruises, where it talks about learning valuable lessons from cuts and bruises. It's in the title, and it's also again at the end. And this last one is about lightening the load, and how it has to do with, I believe, in traveling lightly. Then they go into her story, and again at the end, traveling lightly and how that has to do with what they're talking about. So in each one of them, they have a clear belief. Be positive. Please avoid preaching or editorializing. Tell us what you believe, not what you don't believe. Avoid speaking in the editorial we. Make your essay about you. Speak in the first person. So sometimes you want to say, we do this, or you should do that. But it's not about that in this, I believe, essay or a personal essay. It's about telling us your experience and what you learned or gained from that, or reflecting on it. And so you want to use I did this. This is what it taught me, And also be personal. Write in words and phrases that are comfortable for you to speak. We recommend you read your essay aloud to yourself several times, and each time edit it and simplify it until you find the words, tone, and story that truly echo your belief and the way that you speak. So make sure that you're focusing on you and what you believe. Don't feel like you have to persuade people of this. It's more of getting people to understand how you believe. So let me know if you have any questions.